Hello, my name is Marlene Seralde, and I live in the Central Valley, California. I am in the Pacific Standard Time. I should graduate with my MSW in April. The reason I took this class was because I work for a managed Medicare plan in my local hospital, and it is very common to have in my caseload patients that are on palliative care, patients that are on hospice, patients that are actively dying. And so, although I have a lot of experience with dealing with family members and patients in the hospital, I think I would gain a lot more education with learning more about how to properly deal with the patients and their family members while this last stage of life. The lessons I have learned from loss in my life has been that, you lose your loved one and you go through all your cycles, and then you think, it's getting better and you're healing from, losing your loved one, and you feel like it's getting a little bit better. And then you see somebody that, resembles your loved one, or a memory or a smell, and it takes you right back to that loved one. And then it's like a brick hits your chest again, and you lose that loved one all over again, and it's like the most heartbreaking feeling. And I think that that's something that I'm gonna have to deal with the rest of my life, how to positively deal with grief and loss, because just the fact of knowing that you're never going to be able to hear this person again or see this person again is pretty heartbreaking. Going on to the questions is, how do I identify ethically or culturally? I tend to always say that I am Mexican American. My patients will always tell me, like, well, what part of Mexico are you from? And I always have to say, no, I'm not from Mexico. My parents are, because my parents never had the resources to travel or take us to their country. So although Spanish is my first language, I tend to celebrate a lot of Hispanic or Mexican traditions. I can't say I'm from Mexico, so I'm like more Americanized than than Mexican, but I do like to celebrate traditions, Mexican traditions. I would say I am more spiritual than religious. I grew up in a home where my parents were very strict Catholics. They were, I would say, very ritual. And so when I got married, I decided that I would not be practicing the Catholic faith. I would consider myself like a non-practicing Catholic, but I am very in tune with reading the Bible, and I will go to Mass, but I don't make it like I have to go to Mass every Sunday. And my children are baptized, and they have the access if they want to get the Eucharist, and they want to go through the sacraments, that they can, but I don't force it. So I would say I'm more spiritual than religious. These 8 weeks, self-care is going to be super critical for me. I am taking this class as well as the advanced practicum, so I'm doing my internship. On top of that, I'm still working 4/10s at my full-time employment, and I'm working 2 days a week at my internship, so I only have 1 day off. So I hope to continue at least having that 1 day off, a couple hours to myself, to be able to kind of regroup and not lose my mind with this tough, complex quarter that we're about to go into. And I'm also a mom of 5, so I really hope that I can really keep up with my self-care and just doing at least 3 hours on my day off to myself. Throughout this class and into my social work practice, I commit to being open-minded and respectful and empathetic. I think that we lose kind of that empathy sometimes. we just don't know what other people are going through. So I feel like I hope to never lose my ability to be empathetic to other people, and as well as in this class, and respectful to everybody's opinion. That's my commitment to this class. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to learn alongside of you guys. Bye.